Okay, so Jerry put some wine and soy sauce in
I'm making
here.
a double batch, so.
How much wine?
Well, I don't.
Oh, you have it on the
Yeah,
list.
a single batch is 2 cups of soy sauce, a cup of dry white wine, and a cup of your favorite fruit juice, apple, whatever. I'm using cran raspberry. So since it's a double thing, I'm putting 2 cups in. So all the liquid is now in there.
Okay.
For the brine. A half a cup of molasses.
Jerry eyeballs it.
That should be about right.
Is it good enough to lick the... No? Okay. I thought I could lick the side of that bowl, but forget about it.
Actually, I forgot it was a double. So you just Tabasco or Frank's.
How much?
Tablespoon or 2 tablespoons in this case. But when I do that, I usually put in a little bit of extra stuff here. A little bit of Mrs. Dash, spicy.
Let me see. Show it to us while you're doing it.
Mrs. Dash, spicy.
Okay.
And then some pepper flakes, crushed red pepper flakes. And, you know, just a few in there to. Okay, so I take care of that now. And then optional to put peppers in it. I don't do that because of you.
Hot peppers?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you need a 1/3 cup of sugar. So I put 2 in because it's a double. 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and we're out of the regular stuff, so you gotta use the good stuff.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
I thought I bought some. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
So 2 of those. And then deionized salt, super important.
No iodine salt is important. You can't have iodine in it. It's called deionized salt.
Regular table salt has iodine in it. This doesn't.
How much you putting in?
1/3 of a cup.
So are you doubling it?
I'm gonna double it. But there's a lot of soy sauce in this, so I don't like to go all the way. I go a little bit shy on that second one. And then we need some pepper. Uh, 1 teaspoon of pepper. So that's 2 teaspoons of pepper. Garlic powder. One teaspoon of garlic powder. So I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon. I don't like garlic salmon. And then onion powder, we can do the whole thing. 1 teaspoon. So it's 2 teaspoons. And then liquid smoke. Just happen to have some. Need 1 teaspoon, and be careful with this stuff. You don't want to get too crazy.
Don't want to get too crazy with the smoke.
No, the smoke comes from the smoker. This just make sure it
gets a little flavor in it.
Well, that's it for the brine, and then you can't use this.
Because of the steel?
Yep.
Ah. I thought there was something about that. You want to use silicone or plastic, no steel. When I was pulling it, I said, I thought there was something about that. All right, cool.
And just mix until it's completely done. And about the time Kathy gets back with the fish.
Signing off.
So now this is a double batch. I'm doing 15 pounds. So don't skimp on the salmon. You don't have to go crazy and buy sockeye salmon and.
Show me what it is. Okay.
Velasio Premium Atlantic Salmon, but it's 13 bucks a pound on sale. But
we got it.
But this isn't even what I normally use. I just use Atlantic Salmon. But Bush's is, you know, got some other stuff going on there, so.
Yeah, they had this on sale at Bush's Market. Shout out to Bush's again.
So I'm teaching Katie how to make smoked salmon Saturday. And so
we'll be smoking it Saturday.
5 pounds for them.
Nice. Looks like
usually I
good
just
salmon.
make 10. Huh?
Looks good. Good salmon.
And it's already cut into pieces that are. I had the guy at the market just cut it for me, trim it and cut it into the size pieces I want. What's important to do here is to make sure that all the salmon gets coated, right? So you want to make sure that the skin is down, if you can.
Skin down. Red up.
You can see how big the pieces are here. They're about, they'll shrink up considerably once they're dried.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry for it already. And what are you doing now? Just cutting pieces off that aren't good?
Yeah, just stuff that I don't want.
Show me the piece before you cut it so we can see.
Oh, it just was the very end of the tail that that had a little bit of.
Show me one before you cut it.
All I'm doing is getting rid of this excess belly fat right here that I don't want.
Oh, because it'll get kind of gnarly when you're.
That's just a little fatty. They try to.
How can you see the fat? Where is it?
I just know it's from the belly, and they try to sell you the belly because nobody knows any better, so they just pass the savings on to you.
Shout out to Bush's again.
It's not just, but this is nice looking salmon. Believe me, this is not, if you went to Myers, that's what I mean. Don't just go to Myers and buy crap salmon and do this. It's not worth your time or your effort. Go somewhere where they sell good salmon. Just make sure you buy some quality salmon because, you know, it's not worth your time to have something that tastes all fishy and nasty when you make it. And that's what will happen if you buy cheap salmon. So just buy a decent grade salmon and you'll be fine.
Yeah, like go to a fish store or Bush's, somewhere that you get better stuff.
Step 2.
You just pour it over. Submerge.
And just split it. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's... This side's got a little bit more, but... Yeah, not by much actually. Maybe a quarter inch.
So now, you know, I know you're probably thinking, well, how's he going to get those ones to get covered in
Metal.
Yeah, good point.
I caught it. I caught it, everybody. Jerry was going to put metal in there. But we have silicone ones.
It's not going to do anything like instantly. It's just you don't want to store stuff in. You don't want to use metal if you can help it. So what you do is just turn it over.
Oh, so the top part gets in there?
Yeah, you want to make sure that the open side is getting the juice.
Okay.
Because the skin is on here. Which brings up a good point. You know, when you're done, the meat comes off the skin. You take the skin off to serve it.
Yep. Well, we'll put that on the video as well. We're going to make a video all the way to the end. How long have you been making this fish?
25 years probably.
Wow.
My dad had one of those little Chief electric smokers, a little aluminum thing, and you had to put a blanket over it in the wintertime because it wouldn't heat up enough. They were really cheap smokers, but they worked great. You know, they dried the fish out and they worked great. And actually, this recipe is sort of mostly based on one of their recipes, so.
It's the best smoked salmon.
Has it or not.
It's the best smoked salmon I've ever had.
It's pretty good. So now this salmon goes into the refrigerator until tomorrow morning at about 6 o'clock in the morning when I wake up.
Here's the lids.
And
you put lids on them, right?
Yep.
6 o'clock in the morning, we'll be pulling them.
Yep, we'll pull it. And now.
Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning? Tomorrow's Friday.
Yep.
So, tomorrow this fish has to dry on the rack all day. So we'll pull them out of this. You say it.
We'll take them out of the brine in the morning, early morning when I get up to go to work. I'll take them out of the brine, pat them off, put them on racks, and then put them in the refrigerator. And they'll sit in the refrigerator until Saturday morning. Okay. When I take them out an hour and a half before I want to smoke them and get them to room temperature, and then put them on the smoke.
And we'll see. That. Yeah, we'll see all that. Just put them in the basement fridge for overnight, so they can get all that brine in them. Okay, it's 5:30 in the morning. I just woke up. Good morning, everyone. Now Jerry's gonna take it out and put all this on the rack. Are you spraying that? I forget. Do you spray that?
That's good.
Yes.
A little oil on here.
Yeah, we use avocado oil and we spray it because avocado oil has no seed oil in it. That way the fish doesn't stick on them. A little slow this morning. I got my COVID vaccine shot last night. And my arm hurts.
Does it hurt too?
Yeah, a little bit. My side of my neck hurts a little bit.
So you gotta pat this kind of dry and lay them out.
We're getting them ready to put in the fridge overnight, right?
Yeah, they'll sit in there until tomorrow. Drying. Did you see here this lighter spot?
Yeah.
That's because it was laying on another piece of fish for a long time. I mean, I went down and moved them around at one point before I went to bed, but still.
Probably would have been good to agitate it one more time or two more times.
Right. They're supposed to lay flat, you know. A shallower, wider, you know.
That one's better.
Container might work better, you know.
Yeah.
But this is what we have.
That's alright. I'm sure it's still going to taste delicious. Alright, so we just rinsed out all these for next year, and I'll put them in a Ziploc, not a Ziploc, but a clean garbage bag. Keep them clean for next year. And Jerry's trying to move them all so that they're not touching as much as possible so they could dry. And again, we're using silicone, not metal.
And that's it. Now they go on the racks, and then I put them in the refrigerator, and they sit there until tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I take them out and put them right back in the spot to get to room temperature before we put them on a smoker. So.
Okay, do you have to do anything with them while they're in the fridge?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Done.
Thank you, Chef Jerry.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh, be careful. Going down the stairs.
And cats.
Yeah, the cat never moves. King. Katie's over because Jerry is teaching her how to smoke salmon.
Yes.
Morning. So, we left off where we put this in a brine and then patted it off and put it in the fridge, and you can see the sheen to it a little bit as it starts to dry and it starts to make that familiar shiny coating on it, right? So that's going to keep it from drying out. And the smoker just got turned on to get up to like 100 degrees. So it's really important to add smoke to it in the initial stages and keep the temperature way down to 100, and then gradually by 10 degrees bring it up over a period of time. Because you want to do it too fast. If you do, it starts to boil on the inside and the white fat starts to come up through it, and it doesn't hurt the salmon really, other than maybe make it a little drier, but it just looks
gnarly,
you know.
You want to eat that then.
So anyway, that's what we're going to try to prevent.
About the water infusing into it, and then you're going to take the water out.
Oh, it's just the process. If you read about brines and smoking, it's about the osmosis, right? So the cells take in all the flavors and
with the water.
Good portions of the brine, and then with the water, with the fluid, and then when you put it in and dry, some of that moisture goes away and leaves behind all the flavor and stuff in it. Then when you smoke it, you're further drying it. So you don't want a bunch of steam in there. We don't want to steam the fish. So that's why we try to dry out as much of that moisture as we can.
Yeah, that was
and
interesting.
that's it for now until we get the smoker going and put them on.
All right. What do you have there, Jar?
This is the old trusty meat thermometer, but we're not going to use it for the salmon. We're going to use it for the smoker. Just stick it in there.
And it has a little remote.
Yeah. I just need to get this inside of that thing through the vent. You want to make sure the wood chips are wet. They've been in here for a couple hours, just getting soaked. Again, try not to get too much water in there because it creates steam.
You don't want to steam.
And you don't want to steam the fish. So basically, I'm going to just dump out all this water and let it dry out a little bit now.
And there's the smoker. Getting ready.
So we use a propane smoker now. We used to have electric, but what would happen is the heat would get satisfied on the electric, the element would turn off, and so the chips weren't burning. So now we have a propane, and it continues to burn the chips. And what I do is I use a block of wood, and I block the door open if I need to in order to keep that temperature regulated and let the steam out.
That makes sense.
Wood block.
You put that in there
I'm going to keep it at 100 degrees for the first hour and just pour. We'll close this one down.
Oh, that closes up completely where the chips are.
Then leave this one cracked. And then we got anyway, here's what it looks like right now. We're up to about 126, 125 degrees, starting to dry. So what you're looking for is that you don't get the buildup of fluid right in here where it starts to turn white later. If you look around, you see there's not much moisture right on top. It's all inside still. So we're drying at perfect temperature here.
Yeah.
So now what we're doing is we're going up about 10 degrees every hour.
So what did we start with? 100?
Yeah, so in the beginning it's 100 degrees and we'll put smoke to it and you keep it at 100 while you smoke it for an hour, hour and a half, and then start going up 10 degrees. So now we're at 125. I'm going to let this thing...
And you take the chips out.
And the chips are gone. You know, we're done smoking. So I'm going to keep this in here now and get it up to 130 and let it just sit like that for another hour. And then 140, and then 150, and then 160. You touch it like a steak. You press down on a steak, and it's like going to be medium rare, you know?
Oh, that's...
But it's got to get the temperature inside. It's got to sit at a temperature of 160 to 170 for about an hour.
Okay.
So we got to make sure that it gets to that point.
Okay.
And that's where we'll be at the end.
And you don't stick a thermometer in it or anything?
No, because then all the moisture will leak out.
Okay.
We pulled some of it out a little while ago that was real skinny, thin, so that they didn't overcook. But you can tell here, like, look at pressing down on these. They're not real firm, you know, but that's going to chill out a little bit once it gets in the refrigerator.
So how long did you have them on here for?
These were like 6.5 hours today.
Okay.
And we finished at a temperature of about 170 for about an hour.
Oh boy, do they look good.
You just take these off carefully so you don't ruin the skin on them right now, because you don't want them to start losing all their moisture. But all that skin's going to come off when you serve it. You peel all that back, and then you take that mud line right out of there, that fat line. So that's the part people don't like, the taste of fish. They don't know any better. I don't know how many more I need to put on there, really.
He's making the bags right now. You probably know how to do that, but
Hit moist so that it doesn't suck all of the juice out of the fish.
oh yeah, gotta hit the moist. And then you put it in, sucks it up, seals it. There's a little done. All right, that's it. Thanks,
do it.
Jer, for showing us how to make delicious salmon. Love you.
A little bit of a process.